saw great say vision and objective control coming in from Imperial Pro Team, but we're gonna see if Pacific Esports will learn from that mistake and will they get back into the game.
Alright guys, just to remind you, we still have the watch and win promo. Yes, 500 RP to those 5 lucky viewers to get the correct answers and the first ones to get that first five correct comments. There we go. Alright guys, so again to remind you, be specific with your answers, correct spelling, correct capitalizations, punctuations if ever needed.
Don't edit,
that's not required. Also, yeah, that's about it. Okay, so after pick and
pay attention to detail.
Pay attention to detail.
Yes, because, yeah.
Alright, for Pacific Esports, they ban out Zed, Riven, and Yasuo. As for Imperial Pro Team, they ban out the Blitzcrank, Annie, and Morgana. So again, respect bans all, I believe, all to Astarte.
Yeah, I mean, Light did really great earlier with that Zed, so it became pretty much a potential ban here from Pacific Esports, but again, Blitzcrank ban.
Yeah, he really just snowballed from that first blood onto Oni.
Yeah, so we're seeing a Leona being locked in there from Nids, and then a Graves Janna coming in there for Imperial Pro Team. We did see that Pacific Esports brought out a very unorthodox Veigar support, but now they're going a little bit back into the current meta with that Leona support. I mean, what could you say about the Veigar support that PCF brought out earlier?
Alright, so in my opinion, if he at least built a little bit of AP support items like Medjai's, it's our support item right now just because of the assist. Medjai's, Frost Queen's Claim. Ooh, okay, let me just finish what I'm saying before you guys do something. Alright, so he didn't have enough damage. He can only do damage against Haste, and he was the only AP champion he could do that. And he wasn't really that super effective Veigar support that they wanted to have. And again, he was saying, ooh,
I was like, ooh, because the Kallista's been picked.
Yes, the Kalista is here.
For you guys, for those who don't know, Kalista has been, or is now a possible pick for the teams, although Rek'Sai is still banned. That's usually a mandatory ban coming on to new champions
like
around 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah,
so Rek'Sai, we won't see him until a few weeks coming into the PGS, but we will
about
see.
Next week he'll be available.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, so but we're gonna see Kalista this time. Yeah, but we're gonna see Kalista this time in the PGS.
So for Pacific Esports, we see the Leona support, the jungle Jarvan, the ADR Kalista, the I believe top lane Aatrox, and only the mid will be left and it would be the mid Orianna. As for Imperial Pro Team, we do have the Graves, ADR, the support Janna, the I believe a top lane Irelia, jungle Gragas yet again, and of course Poisanity's been using that jungle Gragas to great effect game 1. And Syndra is up, so she is viable, or a LeBlanc.
Actually interesting that Luxuria locked in that Aatrox. We don't see Aatrox used quite often in the competitive scene, but we are going to see him today together with that Orianna and an Azir.
Yes, thank you.
Yes, we did see Light use Azir in the previous weeks, I believe.
Yeah, he was kiting very well with that. The Sand Soldiers, very nice let's say positioning coming out of his Azir. As for Pacific Esports, Nids will go onto that Aatrox top lane, so there is a wombo combo possible here coming in from Pacific Esports, that when Orianna puts the ball onto the Jarvan or to the Aatrox or even to the Leona, which will have the passive coming in from the Kalista, throw that in, stun them up, use the Solar Flare, and then follow up with the Shockwave. Wombo combo. As for Imperial Pro Team, again, Team Imperial Pro Team, I'm being redundant. For them, they have a lot of let's say positional tools. Gragas's ultimate can push back some of the members and pull back someone important coming in from Pacific Esports, and then Azir can use his divide to just block a path for them to be able to kite more. And of course, they have the Peel Queen, which is Janna, which if the wombo combo is there, she could just monsoon them away.
Yeah, so definitely a lot of possible wombo combos coming in from both teams here. So we're just going to go through the team composition. So on the blue side, we've got Pacific Esports, that is Nids in the top lane with the Aatrox, Bitum in the jungle using that Jarvan, Oni in the mid lane with the Orianna, and in the bottom lane we've got Luxuria and Astarte with the Leona and Kalista combo. Meanwhile,
okay, sorry. We have Imperial Pro Team, Haste for that top lane Irelia, Poisanity with the jungle Gragas, Light with the mid lane Azir, ZNS with that Graves ADR, and Hero for that support Jana.
Yeah, so there are the team compositions for you guys. Definitely some interesting picks here. Gonna see Callista for the first time, I believe, in the pro gaming series. So definitely interesting to see how these champions are gonna, or how these players are gonna play around with these new picks. We did see the Gragas earlier, but this Azir we've seen some weeks back. We're gonna see if Light can show us how powerful Azir is as a mid lane champion.
Very true. Okay, again, guys, we would like to invite you to the PGS Rift. Again, the G-Talk ID is 171-88811. Again, that's 171-88811. It's we have I believe pro players there. You can ask them what they think about this game, the matchups, who would actually win in terms of the players' abilities, the champions' abilities, and overall team synergy coming in from both teams.
Yeah, so do join our fellow summoners over there to have some game discussions. We are gonna have again. This is Pro Gaming Series Week 3. This is gonna be set to the last game of the day of this best of 2 between Imperium Pro Team and Pacific Esports. So like we said so far in the standing, Imperium Pro Team does have 1 point so far in the standing. Meanwhile, Pacific Esports has had 3 points, but because Imperium Pro Team won earlier, they now have 2 points in the standing. So we're gonna see if they will be able to make it a 3-point
4 points actually if you add up the one before.
So they are gonna have a total of 4 points if they get this best of 2, or will Pacific Esports be able to get themselves their own 4 points?
The mathematics is real in the PGS, guys.
Yes.
All right, so the game will start in about 40 seconds. We're just waiting for the delay timer. Again, we can see right now that the ADRs, the Callista and the Leona is a very strong pick. Again, Leona is a very aggressive type of jungler. Jungler support. That when you proc that debuff of hers, gives you additional damage, and of course her CC lets the ADR get a little bit more free hits. As for Imperium Pro Team, they do have the Graves. Again, he's a very strong and tanky ADR. Has that true grit, gives you bonus magic resist and armor, while he also has the Peel Queen Janna, which gives him shield, Howling Gale, and slow, and also the Monsoon if you get that level 6 already.
Yeah, so we are going to move into the Summoner's Rift in just a bit. Again, this is Imperium Pro Team versus Pacific Esports. Going to see how this best of 2 will turn out. Will Pacific Esports get their revenge?
The matchups for both teams.
Oh yeah,
the matchups.
We're gonna have
will be, there we go.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go.
So
Pacific Esports versus Imperium Pro Team. We can see right now that for the top lane, it will be again Nids. For the jungle, it will be Btoom. Oni for that mid lane, Oriana. Luxuria for the Blood Moon Callista. Nice. So we're gonna see the skin in action. As for a start, it will be our pool party Leona. As for team, again Imperium Pro Team, Haze will be in the top lane. Poisanity will be our jungle Gragas. Light will be the mid lane Azir. Graves will be the Imperium Zensho will be our Graves ADR, and Hero will be our support Janna. And now we are going into the Summoner's Rift for set 2, game 2 of week 3 of the Pro Game Series 2015 spring season.
Alright, so welcome ladies and gentlemen to the Summoner's Rift. We're gonna see how this game will turn out. Again, this is the last game of the day, and we will have the watch and win promo right after, so do watch out for specific details actually in these 2 games. We hope you guys took a little bit of note on certain details about the game. So we are moving into the game now. We're gonna see if we have any level 1 engages. That Bond will actually go over onto his fellow support, and we're gonna see how this interesting bot lane will turn out. Again, we are gonna see that beautiful Blood Moon Callista skin there in that bottom lane. So
very true. Alright, as for the top lanes, we are seeing that Nids with the Aatrox went in for that longsword and triple pots. So this means that he just wants to survive until he's able to be a bit more necessary, a bit more, I guess, item. I'm lost for words. Magkaroon siya ng items in the game. There you go. I'm just going to Tagalog pag hindi ka na matandaan yung sabihin ko. Same goes for Imperium Hate. He did go in for that Crystalline Flask and 3-pot start, so they're just going in for that sustained build in the early stages and then just try to snowball out of that.
Yeah, so we're gonna see how these games turn out, especially with the itemization. And
actually, for the bot lane duo of Imperium Pro Team, I believe Hero has built for a gold coin.
Yeah.
So this means that he's going for the Talisman of Ascension. So they want to be a bit more mobile in the clashes rather than using that Frostwind's Claim to try and slow someone down. So, like we've said before, the composition of Pacific Esports is in for that wombo combo. So with Janna giving in that extra amount of movement speed can give them the opportunity to try and get out of what will be the wombo combo coming in from Pacific Esports.
Yeah, so the Talisman really gonna give Imperium Pro Team an edge in terms of movement speed, possibly pull off one of those wombo combos that we want to see in their team composition. So far, there haven't been any lane swaps. We're going to see a standard laning as well. We are seeing, actually, Jarva started out in the Krugs. Meanwhile, we saw that Gragas started out in the Grump, I believe. So, pretty standard start so far for the members of the game. I actually want to ask you, Asarai, how you think this bottom lane matchup between Graves and Kalista is going to turn out.
Actually, for me, pre-level 6, it will be in favor of Graves because they had a disengage and shield coming out of the Janna. But level 6, it will be in favor of the supports. So if Astarte gets in a good ultimate, they will be able to win the clash. But if, like, for example, Hero gets in that godlike Monsoon, he will be able to disengage and peel, and then what's gonna happen is that there's no more gap closers coming in from Pacific Esports. And
we might actually see an
here.
early clash down here.
Yes.
We're seeing B2 hang around in that bush, and actually Imperium Pro Team doesn't have water vision, so Hero is gonna get really low. They're focusing down. The heal is gonna be forced as well as the exhaust. Hero's trying to get away, but the first blood goes over to Luxuria. They're going to force the flash off of ZNS as well, and that's going to be an exchange in favor of Pacific Esports.
They did not see that coming because we don't often see a jungler going for that level 2 gank. But with the Leona, it is possible. Going for those all-in clashes with a Leona who actually gives you, like I've said before, that bonus damage debuff, will win you the clashes, like you see, will win you the game. Like that.
Yeah, so great clash there coming in from Pacific Esports, but another clash
Nid
coming in here. Light is getting really low. Niz is actually flashing onto him all the way from the top lane, but he did bring him quite low. They didn't burn any flash though, so still pretty fair.
Yeah. Also, Nids actually was able to push out Hate in the top lane, so Aatrox does have a lot of damage with his kit right there. Of course, Hate will get the damage soon enough if he is able to scale later into the game. But you can see right there that gank did cost him level and
a lot of
XP,
CS.
lots of CS.
Yeah, so we are seeing Nids a little bit behind in terms of EXP and CS with that mid lane gank, but we're going to see if he will be able to catch up though. So far, that first blood did again go to Luxuria, and that really helps out. She is coming back with a pickaxe actually in that bottom lane. Meanwhile, Graves only able to come back with a longsword and a few pots. So how do you think this first kill onto Kalista, how do you think it's going to affect this laning now?
Well, like I've said before, pre-level 6 is in favor of the Graves, but now with Kalista getting in that big damage boost from his pickaxe, they will actually be able to put the pressure back onto these two bot laners. And there's the gank onto Light.
Light is going to receive that chilling smite there. He is getting really low. Actually, Oni's going to go over and flash, and the heal is going to be forced there, possibly for the movement speed, but that kill was going to go over to B2 in that mid lane.
The aggressive type of jungling coming in from B2 is paying off. You can see that all of
there's
his
actually a bottom lane clash here.
The
The stun is going to go over onto ZNS. Luxuria is going to try and kite over onto Hero. Hero's getting quite low. He is going to pop that potion, and Luxuria is actually going to get the ignite from Hero. The teleport is getting off here over from Hate, and another teleport is coming in as well. Asante is getting quite low. Both top laners are here. Hate's getting really low though. Double knockup there coming in from Nids. Although all members are quite low, the kill is going to go over to Hate. Meanwhile, the double kill goes over onto Hate before she goes down. Nids is in a really bad spot here. He's in between 3 members. The passive is going to be off there, and it doesn't seem like he's going to be able to escape. That kill is going to go over to ZNS, and that was actually a 3-for-1 exchange in favor of the Imperium Pro Team.
They didn't respect how much damage Hate can do with that Irelia. The true damage is still there from him, and that just gave him double kill. Actually, it was a really nice clash coming in from Team Pacific because Nids was able to predict where Hate would flash, and he got a double knockup. But then Here was able to just get that shield, and then the burst damage just followed through, and ZNS was free to auto attack.
So
they weren't giving him any attention.
So great clash there coming in from Imperium Pro Team. The double kill went over to Irelia there, or rather Hate for Imperium Pro Team. So he is going to be pretty strong now in the top lane against Aatrox or Niz. in the top lane. Though so far,
Actually,
things are a little bit even.
Yeah, it looks a little bit even because Nids did get 2 Doran's Blade and the Vamp Scepter, so he's going to be really healthy in that top lane. Even though Hate can put a lot of burst damage onto him, he can just sustain back up. While Hate does have components of the Phage and Sheen. That's not enough. Alright, let's see right now that
Beatum's actually going over onto Hero right now, really focusing, but Oni is actually gonna get a little bit caught out of position here. The shockwave goes off, but it misses because Poisanity dodges it with that dash. Beatum is gonna re-engage onto Poisanity here. He doesn't have any mana left. He doesn't have a flash as well, I believe, so he is gonna get focused down. He's gonna go down. Luxuria gets the kill, and that is gonna be a Dragon Call, I believe, for Pacific Esports.
Yes, but now you can see. Hey, trying to snipe down Nids. Nids doesn't have that passive.
Yeah, well now that Poisanity is down, this is gonna go over to Pacific Esports. Not much of an option here for counter smiting coming in for Imperium Pro Team, and actually Asari is gonna land the Zenith Blade onto Hero. The Dragon is gonna go over to Pacific Esports. Heal is gonna be forced though. Light's trying to put the damage down that he can. He does take down Orianna. B2 is getting really low as well, and that kill is gonna go over to ZNS as well. Asari is getting quite low. He's gonna be chased down here by the 3 members. Light's actually gonna recall, and they aren't gonna they're not gonna follow up for this kill. ZNS is in a little bit of a bad position here. Luxuria is gonna put down some damage onto ZNS. ZNS is getting quite low. He's cutting onto ZNS. The kill is going to be given over to Luxuria. Poisanity trying to do what he can for the re-engage, but it seems like they're going to back off here. And that exchange was really long.
ZNS was a little bit too over-aggressive. He wanted to put the damage onto Astarte, but why? They already got that amazing clash in the Dragon where Light was able to use his ultimate and trap Oni and B-Tomb. Yes. They all should have backed already because Luxuria was there for the follow, and the burst from Kalista is more than Graves in the starting stages of the game. And you can see right there, he got the kill onto him again, and he's already 3-1-1 to Graves' 2-1-3 with the gold advantage of actually just 200. Never mind. But still, 200 is still something in the early stages.
Yeah, so ZNS getting a little bit caught out of position there in that bottom lane, so he did go down, but he does come back with the BF sword now. Meanwhile, Kalista coming back with the BF sword and the pickaxe, so he is a bit in the lead, seeing a small clash here in the mid lane, but it seems like they are gonna disengage, and that will be the support right now over there.
This is actually a very nice warding coming from Team Pacific. It's 3 wards. You can see right there, Tri-Brush, Entrance Brush, and then Death Brush in the top river. So, and we can see right now that Imperium Hero is rewarding that, but that was a very nice wall of wards coming in from Team Pacific. As for Team IPT, oh my gosh, they're actually the same. And there's the ultimate coming
out. Flash here coming into the mid lane. Light is gonna get way caught out of position. He gets 3 members onto him.
The wombo combo.
Yes, coming in from Oni there into that mid lane, and he is gonna go down.
The Surya is like Oni. 1 hit away from dying.
So that kill did go over to Oni, I believe. Yes, Oni in the mid lane against Light. Light did go down. He has been putting a lot of lane pressure, but in terms of CS, Oni is actually in the lead. He's around 20 CS ahead, and he is putting a lot of he's getting a lot of CS in that mid lane so far.
And I believe 20 to 23 CS is equal to 1 kill. So this means that in terms of the gold advantage, like we see right now, yeah, you can see Oni 3,400 to Light's 2,900 net worth.
Yeah, so definitely, although it seems quite even at the moment, Luxuria is definitely painful right now. She has the BF sword and the pickaxe, so really gonna put some pain into that bottom lane. Although Graves has also grabbed that brutalizer, so he will still do some damage of his own.
Yeah, the build now for Grave ADRs is going in for the BF sword and then just going in either for an Infinity Edge or the Ghost Blade and force the flash out of Hate right there.
Yeah, we actually saw a small top lane clash there coming in from Nids and B2. B2 not able to land just yet. Oh, but it seems like Astarte is here to come in with the assist. It seems like they really want the kill. They're going to go in for the tower dive here. Poisanity coming in with the counter gank, but it seems like there is going to be a Cataclysm down there. Hate gets really low. He's going to be taken down by B2. Meanwhile, Astarte gets that smite, and Poisanity is able to finish him off for a 1-for-1 exchange. Meanwhile, Nids and B2 trying to do what they can to land some damage onto Poisanity. Poisanity just a little bit tanky here, but he is going to get that chilling smite. The flash from Nids, and he is going to get the kill there. 2-for-1 exchange in favor of Pacific Esports.
We might turn in favor of Imperium Pro Team here. Here comes Light.
Oh, and he's able to land the knockup onto Nids. Nids' passive is already down, and that is going to be a 2-for-2 exchange now. pretty even for both teams.
Yeah, Poisanity there, I guess he was hoping Light would responded faster, but I guess it's still a 2-for-2 exchange.
Yeah, great job there coming in from Light to land the flash, and then able to land the knock up there onto Nids to secure the kill. So far, things still a little bit even. Pretty even game so far. Pacific Esports seems to have learned from the game earlier, putting better vision now into this game so far. Very
true. Also, I can see right now that even though if Luxur does have that 3-1-1 compared to Imperium ZNS's 2-1-3, he does have that CS advantage, almost 25, I believe.
Yeah.
You can see right now that the goal advantage is already in favor of ZNS, already has 400 more net worth than Luxuria.
Yeah, so definitely great CS coming in from ZNS there in that bottom lane. Although both teams can still get into the game here. Light already has 2 kills. Meanwhile, Oni just a little bit behind in terms of kills, but he is still a lot of CS, quite a lot of CS ahead. So he is still in the game here. All 3 members of Pacific Esports are down at this bottom lane, but 2 members of Imperial Pro Team seems like they want to dive here. The ult actually coming off there, but meanwhile in this bottom lane we're going to see a clash coming down. They are going to try and secure that bottom lane tower, and meanwhile in the top lane we did see a clash there coming in. Nids actually went down, but they're now trying to clash onto Oni. Oni's going to have to pull that heal off, and it seems like they are going to be forced to disengage there.
Nids didn't have his passive to help him survive the gank coming in from Poisanity and Hate, and that was just an instant kill.
Meanwhile, the ult coming off there from Astartes, and now the Wombo combo comes in. He's gonna re-engage with the flag and drag combo, and 3 members down here now. Hate actually decided to teleport to help out that bottom lane, so no one went down.
Like I said, guys, the Peel Queen is here to save them.
Ooh, but the shockwave goes off from Oni, trying to put up some damage. Meanwhile, Hero's getting quite low. He's caught in between 2 members, but he flashes out of the Zenith Blade. 3 members of Imperium are here now. All members of Imperium are closing into this dragon area. They are going to try and close in onto the 3 members here. Luxuria is going to receive some damage. Beatum gets really low. Astartes going to try to do what he can with the damage from that shield. Hate's going to try and focus down. Light trying to do what he can as well. A really long crash right now, although no kills so far for both teams. And they are going to disengage, possibly grab this red buff.
Yes, that was a really nice disengage coming in from both teams right there. They didn't want to overcommit because either one of them is really low, and if they overcommit, one mistake will actually give them, I believe, a 3-4-0 or a 3-4-1 in favor of anyone who gets caught out.
Yeah, so actually, we did see Imperium Pro Team taking advantage of their position there. They were able to push Pacific Esports back just a little bit, and they did secure that uncontested dragon.
Yes, very true. But as that is happening, we can see Nids and Astartes will try to hammer down this mid tier 1.
Yeah, they are. Oh, actually, Hate going back to defend that top lane. Meanwhile, they are going to try and take down their own first tower of the game. That is 2 towers so far, 1 for each team. Actually, the bottom lane going over for Imperium Pro Team, but the mid tower going over to Pacific Esports.
Ouch.
Meanwhile, Luxuria getting a lot of damage there in that mid lane. B2, actually all of them are actually going to have to disengage after taking that tower, but it was pretty worth it because they did get that mid outer tower.
Yeah, you can see right now that the wave clear potential coming out of the Imperial Pro Team is hindering Pacific from trying to go all in on them, because Imperial Pro Team right now has the, let's say, anti-dive composition.
Yes.
They have the Janna for the peel, they have also of course Light's Azir, and then the wave clear from Graves, from Light, of course a little bit from Hate from his ultimate. Of course we have Poisanity with his barrels, and then he could just push everyone away or push or try to knock someone back and end.
Ooh, but Astartes is actually gonna close in onto ZNS. The ult just touching ZNS just a little bit. Astartes is gonna have to back out. Meanwhile, the 3-man shockwave coming in there from Oni. Here comes the ult coming in from Light, but it doesn't hit anyone. The monsoon pushes B2 away. He is gonna go down. Meanwhile, Nid's in a really bad position. He's gonna be focused as well. Nid's actually gonna go with his passive, but he is gonna be taken down. The double kill goes up to ZNS, and that is gonna be a 2-for-1 exchange for in favor of Imperial Pro Team. They are gonna go down over to this.
So what happened with that is that they didn't do the wombo combo. They did combos, but just let's just say individual combos for themselves. You saw that Astartes missed his ultimate, and then he didn't. He just died immediately. And then Imperium Light just used that ultimate of his to try to create a bigger wall, and then Pacific couldn't go in. Nids did try to flank in the backside, but you can't flank against like 4 members of Imperium Pro Team. And here comes the instant replay.
Alright, so walk us through this replay.
You can see right now, you saw that Astartes' ultimate did miss. He's taking a lot of damage. There's the ultimate from Kalista to try and save him. The 3-man shockwave, he will try to... Yes, there's the knock-up coming in, but then Poisanity's ultimate was able to disengage that beautiful clash. And then again the Monsoon and the auto-attack from the Monsoon from Hero and then ZNS, and then Nids was just alone with Oni getting the kill onto Hero, but that was a top laner for the support, so it's still in favor of Imperium Pro Team.
Yeah, so great clash coming in from Imperium Pro Team. They do have a kill ahead, and they are around 2,000 gold ahead now. They also have 2 towers for themselves. Most of the outer towers are out except for that top lane tower, and they have secured most of the towers in that mid lane, so that does give Light a little bit more room to roam. And he is moving over to the top lane right now.
Ooh.
See a possible clash, but Hero gets caught out of position. He is going to get that wombo combo onto himself. Meanwhile, the Cataclysm goes off the Light, but he does push B2 back away. Poisanity bursts down Nids there, and B2's going to get focused with 3 soldiers onto him. He's going to do the flag and drag to escape, but Hate re-engages with her Q, and that is going to be 2 kills for Imperium Pro Team, but 1 kill for Pacific Esports.
They went in over too aggressive.
Re-engage there though.
Hero.
Poisanity's getting focused down by Astarte there. He is going to get focused down. The speed boost coming in for Astarte from Oni. They are going to try and chase down Poisanity. They don't see Hate and Light. They are going to re-engage here. The soldier kind of misses. Luxuria is going to get quite low. Forced to use the heal. Oni gets quite low as well. They are going to try and land some poke of their own. Astarte re-engaging, and Luxuria is going to get the kill there onto Gragas. Astarte getting quite low. He's going to use the exhaust possibly to try and take down Light. Luxuria is going to try and take some kills. They are trying to kite. Oni gets quite low. Gonna force another heal. The shockwave comes off, but it doesn't hit anyone. Hayes gonna get really low. Gonna have to be forced to disengage. Luxuria is getting quite low as well. The Monsoon comes off, but Luxuria gets a kill onto Light. Meanwhile, Hero getting quite low. Hate getting quite low as well. Hate gets the kill there onto Luxuria. Astarte gets quite low as well. They're gonna re-engage once more. Hate is getting quite low. He receives the Chilling Smite, and that is gonna be a 3-for-2 exchange in favor of Imperium Pro Team.
And while that was happening, Zensho is just pushing down his bottom. Bot tier 3 is already down to 50% HP. So even though Luxuria was getting a lot of kills there, I really have to hand it down to Hate. He was really timing out his skills there. You saw that he was just baiting someone in, and then when Oni tried to go inside in that entrance of the jungle, Hate just went in and instantly bursted him down. And then they were afraid to do another engage from Pacific, and then just try to get the kill onto Light. And then Haste timing again. He is the master brush hider. he just keeps hiding in the brush, and then Pacific's team thought that he would just back off, and then he's just waiting in the brush.
Alright,
and
so
again,
B2 is gonna catch Hero off position again, and he is gonna receive that ult from Astarte, but they are gonna be forced to disengage, and Poisanity trying to land some damage of his own. Both teams are gonna disengage from that fight.
Ooh, Leona wasted her ultimate onto that. Well, the dragon is about 29 seconds to respawn, and
Poisanity getting most of the skills down there.
Why
He's gonna receive the ult though, and now that's gonna be 1 member down there from Imperium Pro Team with no smite as well. So this dragon might as well go to Pacific Esports. They can secure this one for their own, but it seems like Imperium Pro Team is securing a lot of positional advantage and vision around that dragon area. So we are going to see if Pacific Esports decides to take this one for themselves.
They're respecting the damage that will come out of Hate just because that Irelia is OP. Better nerf Irelia.
So again, another nerf call onto Irelia. Meanwhile, Nids trying to put off some damage onto CNS, but he is going to disengage. They're not going for this Dragon Call because Poisanity's death timer was quite short. He is gonna go over to the Dragon area now. They are just sort of feeling for a Dragon Call over here in the river, and Light trying to use his soldiers to fend them off, and it seems like they're gonna move over to the mid lane now. But the Dragon is actually gonna be taken from Imperium Pro Team here.
It's going to be
they're gonna trade, but it's actually a bit awkward. That Dragon was taken from Imperium Pro Team, and PCF is going to try and take down this mid lane tower. Will they be able to take it in time? They don't, and that was actually non-trade. That was completely an advantage for Imperium Pro Team with the Copper Dragon.
That was a nice
although that's going to be a call.
There's the wombo combo,
and the wombo combo goes off onto PCF. They are able to Monsoon as well. The double kill goes off onto Oni. 2 members quite low, but it doesn't matter. They're going to disengage with 2 kills of their own in favor of Pacific Esports.
But Pacific Esports does have 3 members very low. If if Imperial Pro Team tries to engage yet again, they might be able to get this into their advantage. But Pacific Esports smarter now. They don't want to over-engage like last time and give Imperial Pro Team that chance to get back into the game.
Yeah, so that was actually a trade. Dragon for 2 kills there, actually, so far
I'm
in the
not
game.
sure why Light was there with Hero trying to go in on the entrance. They already know that Pacific was near the entrance, so they already know how big the range of the sound. And you can see it now. They don't see it. There's the ultimate, and then the shockwave coming out of Oni, and you can see right there. It was a beautiful ultimate coming out of Light's Azir, but he pushes them all away from the damage that ZNS could put out. And then the Cataclysm was just there for the wall in, and then ZNS was just outside just saying, what am I supposed to do? I can't go in, I can't dash in over this, or I might die. And you say, there's no damage, and then Haze just is alone. Ooh, Oni hits the wall, but it wasn't enough.
Yeah, so really great engage there. We did see Imperial Pro Team did not expect that wombo combo coming in from Pacific Esports, so they were able to get 2 kills of their own in exchange of that dragon. And now
that ward's actually been up for like, I think,
forever.
5? Yeah, forever, and then he spotted it out.
Yeah, so that Vision War finally gonna die. Meanwhile, no Baron calls just yet, although the teams will be putting a little bit of vision around that Baron area, although more wards coming in from Imperial Pro Team around that Baron area. The Dragon was taken earlier by Imperial Pro Team, so there won't be any objectives for them to take around that area, but we're actually gonna see Hate go down to the bottom lane to do a little bit of split pushing there.
Also with that clash, I think it actually signaled to Pacific Esports what they need to do. They need to catch someone who could actually separate their team, but there's a lot of them, but they want to catch the one who can separate the team and then deal a lot of damage on them, which is Light. Because if Light isn't there to do those positional kiting damages that Azir can do, Haze won't be able to do what he does with what he did before in the brushes, and then he's just gonna fall off.
Oh, actually B2 gonna focus down on Poisanity here. He does get kind of caught out of position. Light trying to land some poke of his own. B2's getting focused by Poisanity here, but he doesn't see the 4 members. Although meanwhile, Oni lands a great shockwave over to the top area. This is a really messy clash, but Astardi is gonna get focused. The teleport is coming in from Nids. Astardi gets quite low. Light tries to land some damage of his own. Meanwhile, ZNS is gonna get focused by Nids. He does try to land a skill shot. It barely misses, and Nids seems like he's gonna secure the kill onto ZNS there. So that was gonna be a 3-for-1 exchange in favor of Pacific Esports.
Again, the wombo combo Solar Flare Shockwave is enough.
Ooh, the ult coming off from Luxuria there onto Light. He does get really low, and the kill actually going over onto Oni there. Astardi barely surviving there. He does get started again.
How much HP does he have? Let's check. 7. Actually, I think that was around 20 because he just has a very good HP region right now.
Meanwhile, Hate was trying to re-engage there, but not enough damage coming off from him, so they are going to have to disengage, and we're just going to walk through that replay.
I can see right now that there's the Solar Flare, and then a 3-man, actually a 2-man shockwave, and then the follow-up by started there. You can see right now that ZNS is trying to put a little bit of damage onto Oni, but then at the backside, you can see that Haze tried to do it, but then Nids with a follow-up, and then ZNS is just caught out here. And then, whoa, the damage from Luxuria is real. Gets him super low there, knocks up, and then the rest is history.
That was actually a little bit awkward for Bitum there. He locked in, I believe, some members with his Cataclysm, but ZNS wasn't there to provide damage. So it was a little bit of an awkward one there.
Yeah, and then, oh, that last hit shutdown kill by Nids.
Alright,
Epic.
so far, Pacific Esports seems like they want their revenge here at this second game of the best of 2. They do have 20 kills, 4 kills ahead right now, and around 3,000 gold
advantage.
Yeah, in favor of Pacific Esports. Dragon is coming up in 1 minute and around 15 seconds. Baron is live though, so they are going to secure some vision around that area. Yeah.
See right now that the vision coming in from Pacific Esports a little bit lackluster. I think they're starting to reward yet again. Yes, it might be. As you can see right now, for Imperial Pro Team, there's actually only wards in their jungle.
Yeah.
And actually, I would like for them to try and ward their jungle entrances rather than their jungle, because it's more efficient if you're a little bit behind your team, enemy team.
Yeah, so Dragon is coming up in just a bit. We're seeing most of the members from Pacific Esports are moving over to that area. They are going to take down that Scuttle Crab to give themselves a little bit more of an advantage in terms of vision. Meanwhile, we're seeing that Hate is actually all the way over at that top lane, but she does have the teleport, so she will be able to get back in case they are needed for the Dragon
This
Clash.
will actually be a very important dragon for Pacific to get because the second dragon buff gives you that pushing power, and this is what they need right now. They don't need that movement speed, but the pushing power will help them a lot because it's in the phase of the game that they need to get objectives.
Definitely. So actually, towers are quite even for both teams right now. We see Hate split pushing over at the top lane with no response from them.
There's no teleport from mid.
actually.
Will they trade this dragon for the top lane?
Yeah, we're gonna see. We are seeing though
I think
that
they will.
there's not much vision coming in from Imperium Pro Team, so they are gonna take that second dragon, I believe, for the game for themselves. And again, lack of vision coming in from Imperium Pro Team. They don't see that the dragon's taken. Possible picks coming in here.
Ooh.
They might catch someone out of
Nice
position.
words there. That entrance word.
Yeah, great job putting that ward down there just in case there was going to be a pick. Luxuria landing a little bit of kiting there, and Nids is going to follow up. All 5 members of Pacific Esports are moving into this mid lane now. What do you think can Imperium Pro Team do to take back the lead?
Don't get Light caught. If Light gets caught, they don't have the damage that they need anymore. And even though, like we've said before, that the positioning and repositioning tools for Imperium Pro Team is there, they need to know when to release it, because sometimes if you use that ultimate coming in from, for example, Poisanity or Hero, of course, you might push them out of the attack zone of ZNS or Light, and that would actually lessen the damage output that Imperium Pro Team can deal with. As for Pacific Esports, they don't need something like that. They just need to get that Solar Flare, like get one stun, follow up with the Shockwave, and then it just follows up because they still have B2 for the follow-up Cataclysm lock-in, and then you have the Callista for the she can pull back Leona and then throw her again, and then there's the combo.
Alright, so Imperium Pro Team definitely has to take, or rather manage their disengage well, and keep Light safe, so that they can land some damage onto Pacific Esports so that they can get back in this game. But they are securing a little bit of vision right now over the Baron area. Instead, they go over to the mid lane. It seems like Hate's moving over a bit to that top lane now.
They saw that CNS was in the bot lane, and they will start out this Baron.
Ooh, yes, they're going to start out a Baron right here. Imperium Pro Team has no vision over the Baron pit right now. Hate's just chilling over at the Krugs, securing that Krug there, and it seems like this is totally uncontested. Pacific Esports grabs the Baron buff for themselves, and they are going to widen that gold gap to around 4,000 right now.
ZNS tried to clear the monster wave in the bot lane, but he got punished for that with the immediate Baron get from the Pacific Esports team.
Yeah, so free Baron there coming in for Pacific Esports. A little bit of miscall there coming in from ZNS to go over to that bot lane without vision over the Baron area there. So this is going to help them push a little bit more into
There's the Hadouken minions.
Yeah.
The Hadouken cannons.
Hadouken minions coming in there for Pacific Esports with that Baron buff. And it seems like definitely Pacific Esports is in the lead. But like I said earlier, if they can just let Light put off damage, they could get back into the game.
Yeah, but like I've said, that second dragon for Pacific Esports is really beneficial for them because they have the pushing power, and now they have the dragon, the Baron buff, which will give them extra pushing power. And of course, like you said, the Hadouken minion goes out of range of the tower, so their Imperium Pro Team has to use a little bit of their ability to try and kill these towers, or else there's free damage onto their inhibitor turrets.
Yeah, so we're seeing Pacific Esports roaming over to the bottom lane now. They are going to try and take down this mid lane inhibitor, mid lane inner turret. And ooh, the ult comes up from Astarte. They're going to re-engage right now. The tower goes down, and now they're going to try to engage. Astarte is getting quite low. The shield goes off onto him. He's going to be pulled back, actually. Oni gets the kill with the shockwave. They are going to back out. 2 members very low right now. Light is still alive. He can still do some damage, but he is going to disengage, actually. Hate's going to try and come in to land some damage of his own. Poisanity is trying to follow up as well. Luxuria is going to try and disengage. Going to try and re-engage with this fight. Oh, he actually flashes in over onto Light there. Light's actually a little bit low, and he's taken down by B2 with the Cataclysm. Now Poisanity is getting focused. Astarte is quite low. He's going to get focused by Hate. Hate takes Astarte down. Poisanity is going to try and land the stun, but B2 is actually going to get interrupted by that Howling Gale, and he is going to be taken down though by Luxuria. Poisanity is trying to move back. Meanwhile, the whole time, Nids was over at the top lane with the split push. Hate trying to do the damage that he can. He's able to take 1 member down. That's Luxuria. Nids taking down Poisanity though. This is going to be a 2 versus 1. ZNS and Hate versus Nids. Nids gonna try and disengage, and actually that is gonna be an inhibitor, but the clash was in favor of
Still Pacific Esports.
Pacific Esports, because they did get that inhibitor.
Yeah, the re-engage from Luxuria and B2 gave them that a little bit of a more advantage that they got that bot tier 3 turret, and then Nids was able to split push in the top lane. I believe Nids wasn't even at that 4v5 at the bot lane.
Yeah, he wasn't there the
so
whole
it was
time.
a 4v5 in the bot lane. So they just really used, again, like I've said, the second Dragon buff and the Baron buff to their advantage, and then look what happened. If they got the clash for themselves, they got the towers, they got the inhibitor at top, and now they can just chill back and play the game by the book, and then just try to get the inhibitors and then turrets, and then let the super minions do all the work for them.
Yes, so definitely that engage was definitely in favor of Pacific Esports.
Yeah, I thought they were a little bit over too aggressive with a start going in, but it was really nice.
Ooh, ZNS gonna get a little bit caught out of position here. The Randuin's is gonna be popped, but B2 has to back off because of so much damage coming off from ZNS. But now there are 3 members here. The Talisman is gonna have to be popped. The Shockwave hits minions, and that ult is gonna come off from Poisanity to try and re-engage. They are gonna have to back off now though, because most of the members are here to re-engage against them. And it seems like Light's trying to put down some damage of his own. Poisanity lands a knock-up onto Luxuria. Howling Gale comes off, but it doesn't hit anyone. B2 getting very low. The Cataclysm comes off onto Poisanity. They're trying to do what they can. All members are trying to do what they can right here. ZNS is trying to do the damage that he can. Hate's getting a focus. Ani's able to shut him down. Meanwhile, B2 gets focused by Poisanity. This is going to be popped with that Blood Bowl passive. He is going to get very low. He is going to have to pop that passive, and he is going to get focused here. The double kill goes off to ZNS, and that was going to be actually a 3-for-1 exchange.
Yeah, we get a replay of that. I need to say something. That was a very beautiful ultimate coming in from Light. You saw that. There we go. Okay, we see right now. Here's the engage. There's the Cataclysm on coming in from B2, and then they pushed 4 members of Pacific into the side. There's the knockup coming in from Nids, and then look at that. That beautiful ultimate from from Light pushes them back, and then Haith is the only one who's putting a lot of damage onto Luxuria. Gets the shutdown kill by Oni, but there's still a lot of players from Imperial Pro Team kiting the hell out of Pacific Esports.
So great job there coming in from Imperial Pro Team to withhold that push coming in from Pacific Esports.
They really maximized what their team potential could do, and look at that, they won the clash.
Yes, so great clash there coming in from Imperial Pro Team. They were able to withhold that push coming in from Pacific Esports, and now Dragon actually was taken by, I believe, Pacific Esports. So they have the 3rd Dragon now of the game, and in 1 minute and around 45 seconds, the Baron is going to be live once again. There is vision now coming in from Imperial Pro Team, but I believe that Astarte is going to spot that one out. He did clear out that ward now, so they do have definitely an advantage around the Baron pit.
Haith's really tanky right now. He has that Random's Omen, Thornmail, and Ninja Tabby, so he's able to take a lot of damage from the AD champions of Pacific Esports. So yeah, that really that was the advantage that they had in that clash a while ago, because Oni was just in the backline. He was able to kill Haith, but Haith did enough damage that Pacific Esports members were very low, and then the execute kills from his teammates were there.
Alright, so far in the game, Pacific Esports still slightly in the lead, but Imperial Pro Team can't be counted out yet. Good to see how this best of 2 turns out, if it will be 2 wins for Imperial Pro Team, or will Pacific Esports get their own win for themselves. So we are actually entering the late game a bit now. So Astra, what can you say about the late game? Like, who do you think would be in an advantage in this late game?
Alright, item-wise, it's almost the same, but what I'm really looking for is how they play their champion abilities. Like we've said before, if if Imperial Pro Team is able to use their peel and positioning tools well, they'll be able to win the clashes. If Pacific Esports, however, gets those amazing wombo combos, that's instant burst for you. And if they get instant bursted, what happens? There's no more players for Imperial Pro Team to defend, and then that's going to be it.
Yeah, so definitely gonna see if Pacific Esports can land another wombo combo to end the game, or will Imperial Pro Team be able to land a little bit of kiting of their own, especially with the late game damage coming in from Light.
This might be the moment for Pacific Esports to get that Baron. The top inhibitor of Imperial Pro Team is about to respond, so they need to do something right now. They do have to teleport from Nids, but also Haith has that teleport.
Definitely. So we're gonna see if Imperial Pro Team will be able to secure a Baron of their own. ZNS trying to do what he can. He is gonna back off just a little bit. It seems like Pacific Esports definitely has the position and vision advantage around in this Baron pit, and they are going to engage. Nid's actually split pushing at the bottom lane the whole time. The teleport's coming in though, and they are actually, he's forcing all 4 members to back out.
But while that was happening, Nids still has his teleport and is now split pushing the bot lane.
Yes, we see
while
Nids
the top lane
at the bottom lane right now. He's going at that inhibitor in the bottom lane, and meanwhile, most of the members are at the Baron pit, but we did see Light disengage from the fight to go over and defend. Now Nids is going to go off.
Oh,
it doesn't seem like a Baron call is going to be made, but the Starday is going to be focusing. The ult lands onto 2 members together with the Cataclysm. Luxuria gets a kill onto ZNS, and Hero gets killed as well. Double kill goes off to Luxuria. They're focusing onto Hate now. Hate's getting quite low. Double man Shockwave. The triple kill goes off onto Luxuria, and another kill goes off onto the Starday. Go over the Hate, and they are going to push over into this mid lane. They don't need the Baron. They're going to end the game. A revenge win possibly coming in here for Pacific Esports.
It was a very good mind game coming in from Team Pacific. They used Imperium Pro Team tried to use Light to defend, but Nid still has his teleport up, and then that was a 4v4 clash, which turned into a 4v5 clash.
Yeah, so now that was an ace there for Pacific Esports. They want to end the game now. They're going to try and end the game now. Those Nexus turrets are going down fast. All 5 members are up. Hero's the only one left. We don't know if he'll be able to defend in time. 4 members still up. Ooh, the death timers are going down now. The Nexus is up though, and it is vulnerable, but that is going to be the game in favor of Pacific Esports. That is going to be their revenge win against Imperium Pro Team. 37 minutes in, and that is a 30 kill score for Pacific Esports. They do take that second game of this best of 2.
Good game, well played there by Pacific Esports. Just a little recap on that last clash. They did force out the, let's say, they used Light, Imperium Light, to try and defend against Nids, but then the clash in the Baron, it was a little bit, I guess, ZNS was very too over-aggressive. He got caught by B-Tomb's Jarvan and then the follow-up from Astarte, and then it was then a 4v5 because Nids was still there with his teleport. And that just really wrecked the face of Imperium Pro Team.
So we're looking at the kill score right now. We can see what just happened. We see Oni with some 7 kills of her own and 12 assists. And Luxuria has 12, 4, 9 in her score. So really getting a lot of gold in this game together with Oni to put a lot of damage for Pacific Esports in ending that game. So that was the 2 sets today. Again, for a little bit of a recap so
that
far.
That was a 1-for-1.
Yeah, a 1-for-1. So far in the standing, earlier today we had Mineski against, I believe, Diamond. And Mineski was able to get a 2-for-0 to secure 3 points in that standing. Meanwhile, Pacific Esports against Imperium... Oh, Pacific Esports against Imperium Pro Team, right. And they were able to each get a win of their own to give each one 1 point so far in the game. So right now, Pacific Esports and Mineski do have the highest point so far in the game. Naga Esports trails behind with 3 points and 1 point each for Imperium Pro Team and Diamond. So those were the 2 sets of the games today. Really exciting game so far, and we are going to have the Pro Gaming Series quite soon.
Yes, Pacific Esports actually has 4 points earned. Sorry about that. Alright, so again, guys.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go. Alright, so yeah, that was the end of Game 2 for Set 2 in the Pro Gaming Series Spring Season 2015 Week 3. Alright, guys, so you know what time it is.
Watch and win time.
Watch and win time. Alright, guys, for you who are excited to do this, again, like I've said before, we will be posting in the Pro Gaming Series Facebook page, guys. Facebook page, a link that you can post, that you can comment on. First 5 correct commentators will get that 500 RP directly transferred into your bank account.
Yeah, and there was actually a little bit of misunderstanding earlier with the post. Do comment on the post with the watch and win 500 RP picture,
yes,
not on
the post about the schedule.
Yeah. So do comment on the watch and win post. So we are going to ask the question right now. Again, go over to the Facebook Pro Gaming Series page, and the first 5 commenters on that post, like we said, gets 500 RP. So Asterai, do the honors.
Drumroll please first. Alright, so in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright, in Game 2, which champion was able to take the first Tier 2 turret? Alright, okay, again, in Game 2, which champion was able to take the first Tier 2 turret?
Yeah, so I have no idea who that was, but like we said, if you guys were taking note of everything, hopefully you were able to get that note of who took
Very
the first
true.
tier 2 turret. So do go over to the Facebook Pro Gaming Series page and do comment fast. There are around 300 comments every time we check. So
yeah, it's
do
like a
comment
minute
fast.
and 300 comments.
Yeah, and so go over to the Facebook Pro Gaming Series page to get your chance to win 500 RP, possibly get a new skin or something like that for yourselves.
Yeah,
So
new skins will be coming.
yes. So this is the Pro Gaming Series Week 3 for you guys.
Yeah,
and
before
we will be
we,
doing a little bit of an advertisement.
Okay, yeah, for
Yeah.
Trippy Customs for giving us our pro gaming
Yeah.
hoodies. Yeah.
So again, if you want to go over and inquire about their services, possibly get Pro Gaming Series jackets of your own or something like that, do go over to their Facebook page. That's www.facebook.com/trippycustoms.
All right, guys. So before we end our our stream, we will actually want to give out shout outs to our friends right there. All right, shout out to Worcestershire PH, Iskam Booty Man, Buzz Clan, and Ice Skaters. Kai requested that.
Yeah, Kairu, shouting out to those people.
All right, for Banana Kate, our behind the scenes woman
Yes,
here in
our mommy.
our mommy in the Pro Gaming Series. Shout out to Jago the Gank Lord. And also, alright, for me, I want to shout out to Beast Mode Joe out there. He is a friend of mine. Yo, sup, dude? Also, we want to call out here our live stream operator, Burrito. Come out here and show yourself. There you go.
That's
This guy has
Burrito.
been the reason why the instant replay has been possible for us
Yes,
right now. So
yeah,
thank you
so-
very much.
And Queer Red as well. Actually,
course.
he did slip a little bit into the camera. So if you saw that red shirt, that was him.
Yes,
Thank you to our
little bit of sneak peek.
a little bit of production team. And Kate, do you want to show yourself? I believe she does not want to show
Yeah,
herself.
she does not want to show herself.
But
Alright, guys.
yeah, shout out to her over there. And also shout out over to my family, I think, who's watching right
Yeah,
now.
same to mine.
Yeah, and
Hi, guys.
also to a couple of friends.
And of course, to
yeah.
our loyal viewers who have been with us throughout this 4 games, best of 2 series for each teams. Again,
Yes.
we would like to thank you guys
Yes.
because
And-
without you, it is not possible.
Yeah, the people at the PGS Rift right now as well. Thank
Yes.
you very much.
Pakita mo pre. That's his name, guys. Who else? Lexi,
sila Lottie,
Rappy, Lottie,
Big Brother.
Big Brother. All right, guys.
All
So
you guys.
that's about. Oh, sorry. All right, pabati din pala si Banana Kate. Come here. Here's Banana Kate, guys.
Yeah, this is Kate.
Hola, this is Banana Kate. Shout out lang sa guys sa PGS Rift. So if you want to join the discussion and hang out with us, the room ID is 7188811.
So
Bye guys.
you guys, actually, that was the best Ash in the Philippines. So if you want to inquire about tutorials
Ash
about
Lord
how to play
Kate.
Ash, do inform or go over to her. So this is the Pro Gaming
Gaming
Series Week 3. Again,
Spring
this was
season.
the Week 3. Again, the winners were Pacific Esports. 1 win for them, and then 1 win for
Pro
IPT.
Yeah,
and
and
then
then-
Mineski swept
Yeah,
the
Meneski sweep.
2-0 against Diamond. So
Very true.
Pro Gaming Series Week 3, we want to catch you guys again for the following GPL and PGS weeks.
Yeah. Meneski
So,
still has a chance
yes.
to get into the international LoL competitive scene.
Yes, the
GPL
next
is,
stage of
yeah,
GPL.
GPL is Southeast Asian, I
Yes,
believe.
yeah.
Now it's the journey.
Yes. So
Alright.
definitely the dream is still alive. Again, this is Pro Gaming Series Week 3. I am GS Amplifier.
And I am GS Asarai with an I, signing out.